Hello, my fellow nerds, and welcome to the Nerd Empire. I hope you all are having a fantastic day today, and I hope you all will enjoy today's reaction video. With that being said, let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, this is Habitual Line Crosser. This will be my first time making a reaction video to it. I've seen a lot of his clips over on YouTube Shorts or TikTok, and my brother and my dad love this guy. They love Grandpa Buff and all of them. So this one is Politician Problems.
Poland! Oh, what do you want this time? Oh, that wasn't me. That's weird when he exclaims for somebody that isn't me. Hey, Poland, heads up, Beans on Toast wants something. It is only because you took in my troops when the Germans had taken me out in World War II that I'm even allowing this conversation, along with the Pioran and the Blaskovika. So, what do you want? What did America call you? Beans Toast. Your parliament, your government just signed into law that people on your border, your security on the border, can use lethal munitions when people try to cross into Poland illegally. I don't know if you know this.
Well, it's Syndicate. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. That's the first time seeing you raid me over on Twitch instead of a kick. How you been, Syndicate? You know, I don't think I really have much of a problem with Poland putting this into law. I mean, if people are going to constantly keep trying to force their way into a country they have no legal right entering and breaking the laws, and if they're not going to listen to peaceful ways, you're going to push a place to a point where they're going to end up going into a more violent way. So at this point, the people who are coming in and getting guns pointed at them, they have no one to blame but themselves, because they're not listening to the laws of the country they're trying to forcibly enter.
But there was somebody who crossed into my border in late 1930s that I did not have enough bullets to do that. So what's your problem now? I swear I'm never going to live this down. That's why you don't pick on the Jews. They never let anybody forget. That's just incredibly racist. Why? What if what happened down in Spain happened at your border, and you had thousands of people just trying to get away from discrimination and the terrible policies of their country, and they're looking for a new opportunity? There's a lot of people, yeah. A belt-fed and mortar should solve problem.
Belt-fed and mortars. Look, if there are thousands of people trying to get away from the regime of the country that they're living in, or whatever, for whatever reason, they need to go through legal channels. You cannot expect to get into another country by means of force and breaking the law. That's not how shit works. That's not how things work. If you want to get into a country, go through the legal means. You keep breaking the law and entering in by force, you're going to, like I said, you're going to push that place to a means of forcibly keeping you out by either beating you or shooting you.
I fuck with Poland so unbelievably hard right now.
And how's it racist? It doesn't matter what color you are. Coming into Poland, you do it the legal way. If you are illegal, I'm sorry. Face the wall. Not really. They're usually running towards you. And after the first couple bullets, they all run away.
You know, he's got a point. That's kind of like equal opportunity access denial.
No, it's denying impoverished people the freedom of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That's kind of my thing. You can use that argument on me, but Poland, not so much. I'm sorry, what you say, United Kingdom? I can't hear you over call of prayer and being the safest country in the European Union. So speak up a little bit. Maybe remove your penis from goat?
Kind of fucked up the accent. But still, so good.
Look, aside from the evilness of this border murder that you have now legalized, what about all the missed opportunities of people coming into your country that could invent wonderful things?
No, they go in the legal way. First, it was introduced a few years ago after one soldier died from spear from illegals, and second, it's only for Poland, Belarus border issues. And EU gave money for Poland to build 49 integration centers for foreigners in Poland. One will be in my town. Oh, don't come after me, Runya. Don't come after me. I'm just listening to the video. They're bringing their ideologies and beliefs with them and are trying to impose it on the locals. Look what's happening with all the Californians moving to Texas. Guy knows jack shit about Poland. I'm reacting to this. I know nothing.
Then they come in the legal way. Why is that so hard? Like, seriously, you want to come in here to Poland, you follow the rules of Poland, you assimilate to the Polish people. We do not change because of you. I know this is very hard for you to understand, you being an Islamic nation and all, but Poland doesn't need these people. My GDP is growing at higher than expected rates. We have a ton of legal immigrants who come in here to Poland and make us great. I don't need people randomly crossing my border and overwhelming my welfare systems. Why? Are you stupid?
I mean, a little bit, but
Yeah, the thing is, we're California to the ocean. The thing is, if you're going to immigrate into another country, you cannot expect that country to accommodate your culture and your beliefs. If you want to go into another country, be it Poland, United States, or any North American or European country, you need to conform to the culture of that country, and you need to understand, be able to speak the language of that country. You cannot expect to keep what you have, your culture wise or language wise. You can expect to keep that within your own house. Yeah, you can expect that to keep that in your own house. But outside of your home, in the country you live in, you need to conform to that country's culture, and you need to conform to the country's language. End of discussion. To expect the country you immigrate to conform to your culture and your language is sheer lunacy and idiocy. It's fucking retarded. And yeah, Runya just says there are illegal mosques built in Poland. These people are building illegal mosques everywhere because they are trying to forcibly take over the countries they move to. These people need to learn to fuck off or assimilate.
I'm also told I'm a lot of fun.
Not you, Raptor. We love you here in Poland. We just wish our friend America would sell you over here so we could, we'll build you your own personal hangar and runways. It'd be so nice. I'm sorry, Poland. Congress outlawed it. Kid, no.
Oh yeah, heaven forbid I go to a country that actually knows how to treat a man, touch him right. You know, this is domestic violence. You're holding me against my will.
You are both an inanimate object and a weapon of war that is highly classified. Kid, even I don't go overseas with all the bells and whistles.
Didn't you crash in the last episode?
One of me did, but we all kind of share a consciousness. I mean, seriously, can you imagine HLC killing off characters and having to come up with new characters for similar aircraft? Like, what if you crashed?
I have no idea what that feels like. Maybe because I make physics my bitch.
Okay, hurtful, but also they would riot if they killed you off.
I would be there to save you.
I know you would, but I'm not gonna crash.
What the
I thought we were
fuck
done
was
with the
that?
demon goat devil thingy.
Oh, thank God. You guys see it too. No, I've turned over a new leaf. Dude is pretty cool. We have a lot of the same interests. Plus, Franklin's been riding him around the woods at night. I think he scared the living shit out of a couple of farmers.
Okay, back to the news. New Mexico. You did something that I didn't expect. You sued the federal government. The federal government is actively withholding unredacted information from what Epstein did at his ranch here in New Mexico. We want it to be public information, so that way we know who to fillet and hang.
I think it's hilarious that he's doing he's doing an American Indian accent.
Holy shit.
Native
Man,
American,
that
sorry.
cartel-infested fucking drug overdose capital of America is really swinging for the fence on this one. Didn't see that one coming. I'm on your team, New Mexico, for the first time like ever.
Buff, respectfully, you're pretty conservative.
I mean, yeah, I really think that all police dogs should have their attack words not be in German, but instead a racial slur. It's equally secure. But what's your point?
Anyways, what
That's fucked up.
if one of the, or several, conservative politicians are on that list?
Oh, I know nuance is lost on the internet, but let me just break this down for you. Hang them. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. Like, you can lean towards one political party, but it's perfectly reasonable to draw the line at diddling kids.
That's actually fair, and I think that that's a good position that all Americans should be in. Look, I know the system is inherently flawed, but also we need to understand that being friends with someone doesn't always mean that you're, I mean, a lot of times it does, but doesn't always mean that you're doing said terrible things. All individuals under the law are innocent until proven guilty, and once they are proven guilty in a court of law, beyond a reasonable doubt, then hangings, wood chippers, spikes, whatever you want to do, iron bulls, In some rare good news, a 97-year-old woman here in England has now set the world record for being the oldest wing walker.
I thought walking on biplane wings died out in like the 30s or 40s, or are you like weaponizing old Karens? I wonder what that would do.
It's still a phenomenal accomplishment to do that at that age. Yeah, there's another record that's going on right now. The youngest black professor at Cambridge University in England is now resigning after weeks of alleged plagiarism accusations.
You mean to tell me?
Buff, this is low-hanging fruit and you know it. Stop. Be an adult.
Fine. I won't say anything about a young black man stealing something that didn't belong to him in order to make an accomplishment. I won't say nothing about that. I'm genuinely curious. Why, maybe he should have been let go sooner. I'm not sure how. It's dangerous to Cambridge University, okay? I'm just saying it's dangerous, not because of the color of his skin, but because the smoke detectors in his classroom probably didn't have fresh batteries.
Suddenly I realize
I get that. Didn't have fresh batteries. Oh my god.
I've drastically underestimated the amount of racism kept inside that plane. Okay. Politicians need to understand it doesn't matter who's down here, brother. They can get these hands out on a beach if they run their mouth. That's like a weird Irish thing. I'm sorry. My Hawaii is terrible. Oh yeah, that is some politician on the beach running his mouth when people asked him to turn down his music. Got straight knocked the fuck out.
Beating up politicians, huh? That's not tar and feather, but I will accept it.
Speaking of politicians,
I think there are some politicians that really do need a punch to the face.
America, what's this going on with this Max Miller individual? Yeah, there's really no way to beat around the bush on this one. So he is running for re-election in Congress. His former father-in-law is a senator, and his ex-wife called him out for abuse. And then several other women had called him out for abuse. And then he accidentally, on one of his social medias, posted a completely nude photo of his 2-year-old daughter that has now been taken down.
Yeah, I think for something like that, we need to build like a modern-day gallows with a vertical feed wood chipper. Just walk him up there and be like, congratulations, pull the handle, and he just drops right in.
Yeah, look, I know that politics is gross, and they will use literally anything they can to try and make someone look bad that they don't want to get reelected. And I was kind of on the dude's side when it was just his ex-wife. I'm like, yeah, my ex-wife probably has some terrible things to say about me, but his retort to a lot of the accusations is not good. And can we just stop electing idiots? I mean, here's the thing. One of my close...
I guarantee you a lot of the politicians we have now probably would not be in any sort of political position if they didn't redact all the fucking names from the Epstein list. Like they said they weren't going to do, but did anyways. Oh, Freya. What you mowing for, little girl?
best friends, Brandon, running for office right now, and they are just trying to dig up anything to make that man look bad. I guess that means I'm never running for office.
The problem with American politics is nowadays they don't get into enough physical altercations or duel each other on the White House lawn. I'm telling you, I could run for office, I could get elected, but then you turn on the 6 o'clock news and be like, Congressman HLC was arrested on Capitol Hill today when he went, quote, over the table at another congressman.
Tell me the world saw that FPV drone hunting down the random vegetable farmer in Ukraine. That was... I really have no way of fighting back against that. It's pretty bad.
What you're trying to say there is that's a war crime. I should know. Kind of a professional at these things.
Yeah, Russia, what the fuck, dude? Like, okay, if you drop a big bomb and some civilians die, that's considered collateral damage, right? Like people who were too close to the target and the threat. That FPV drone specifically played Ring Around the Rosie around this dude's van as he was running for his life. Luckily, he survived. But there is zero excuse for that. So it was a small wartime fuck-up. What are you going to do? Issue another subpoena from the International Criminal Court? And who's going to enforce that?
Fucking me, you big punk ass.
How does a drone lock onto some random civilian farmer and just chase his ass around? Russia is really fucking shit up.
Buff, relax. He's right. This is why no one takes the International Criminal Court seriously. Because you know who enforces it? Me. The big player on the planet. That's it. No one else can do shit about it. Our initial plan for the Strait of Hormuz is that no American or Israeli ships will be allowed through. And if you in the world helped out America in their quest to destroy me, which they are losing...
Only on the internet. Every single other measurable metric of warfare you're losing. Continue.
If you helped America, you will be charged 20% of the overall gross value of whatever you are shipping for safe passage through the Strait of Hormuz. Just great. Now even more inflation. What a fucking backseat crusader. Shut up. Also, Iran, where is that information coming from? First of all, that's not gonna fucking happen. But second of all, where are you getting this plan, this deal you came up with? From the supreme leader who is currently in hiding from the Western bombings and destruction, but you will never touch him. He is the future of our nation. Oh, the president of Iran said that he met in a car that was completely blacked out in the middle of the night, had a 2-minute conversation, and when he left, he wasn't even fully convinced that he was speaking to the Ayatollah. So your country's being led by ghosts. Got it.
Normally, I'm super nervous about ghosts and ghost stories. They freak me out. But how does a ghost story with a ghost Ayatollah end? That night, I heard scraping at my door, and when I awoke, all of my goats were pregnant.
You can...
Oh my god. When I awoke, all my goats were pregnant. Jesus Christ, kid.
Try and hold out as long as you want to, America. I know you're running low on munitions.
That's incorrect. I will hold the people accountable who are spreading that misinformation, and I'm going to continue to fuck you up.
Yeah, this part is a little more nuanced, and everyone is talking about it, and everyone is using the same percentage regardless of munition, which is a statistical improbability. For example, they say that we've used 80% of our long-range HIMARS and ATACMS munitions, okay? And we've used 80% of our interceptor inventory, along with 80% of our THAAD interceptor inventory, and 80% of all long-range munitions. Statistical improbability that those numbers are accurate. Also, the overall weapons count is classified information because you don't want the enemy to know. Iran doesn't want us to know how much they have left, whether it's high or low. Do we have less than we did before we started the conflict? Yes. But as a matter of national security, the only people who would know exactly what we have would base that off of whatever threat profile they are trying to combat. For example, West Taiwan. Do we have as many munitions as we had before the conflict? No. But do we have enough to handle West Taiwan? Somebody in a position of authority would probably know that. So then why are you putting out all these contracts to get more interceptors, more long-range munitions from everywhere in the world? So you're saying, your argument is that when I use munitions, I shouldn't get new ones. Also, Homeboy fired into like 8 different countries, almost all of which use my interceptors. I gotta have more of them if I'm gonna sell more of them.
Look, I've been around for a hot fucking minute, and this John Q. Public, you want to know when you should get worried? Okay, check this out. During World War II, okay, a little before my time, but I remember talking to Great Grandpa Mitchell, and yeah, okay. During World War II, Americans were only allowed to buy gas on certain days of the week because the rest of it went to the war effort. We had to change the amalgamation of everything. All brass and copper were used for bullets. Auto manufacturers shut down and started making weapons of war. Hell, LG, or maybe it was GE, I don't know, one of those things that makes fucking light bulbs, they started making the VT fuses, the little glass vial that sits inside there full of acid. When you start seeing American manufacturers that make other shit stop and start making weapons of war, then I would be fucking concerned.
That's a very logical and nuanced look at it.
Yeah, you know what? That's a good point. When you start seeing regular manufacturers stop making what they regularly make and start making weapons and stuff for war, yeah, I think the public should start being concerned about what the fuck is going on in the world, and it should probably know that shit is about to get worse.
Makes perfect sense, and it gives a clear indication of when the stockpiles are critically low. That's literally everything Americans need right now instead of fucking clickbait.
Yeah, now I want to talk about these government-owned grocery stores and how in the fuck they're getting paid for up in New York. Because obviously Zoran Mamdani has never taken a fucking economics class.
Oh, here we go.
No, it's not a here we go. It's supply and demand. You buy things, you sell them, or you buy them and you use them, okay? So let's say he's going to do what he says he is going to do, and everything in there is going to be up to 30% cheaper. Cool, great. That's fucking wonderful. Are you buying them 30% cheaper? Probably not, because most grocery stores operate at a 1 to 3% profit margin. So you're starting in a fucking deficit because you're not going to buy them from farmers. You think the farmer's going to go, oh, I can sell it to the government for 30% less, or I can sell it to this mom and pop shop for 30% more. That's fucking dumb. Also, now you need a library card, is what they call it, to use these stores because they don't want people coming from out of the city or out of state abusing them. Holy shit. Wait, wasn't it racist for people to have to use an ID to vote because poor and impoverished people couldn't get IDs, but we're expecting them to get a fucking library card?
Well, yes, but some of that money will be recouped because they're not going to have to pay like property taxes because it's a government thing, and they're going to buy like old buildings, and they're not going to have to worry about like overhead costs of rent and things like that.
Great job, nerd. Now who's going to pay for those buildings? Who's going to pay for the renovations? Who's going to pay for the maintenance? Who's going to pay for the fucking staff? Exactly. So, and then also, if you have people in there on welfare, which, hey, you know, if you got to be on it, you got to be on it. Hell, HLC grew up on fucking food stamps and still ended up fat.
I'm down 26 pounds. Continue.
He still became fat.
Please.
What I'm saying is the taxpayer is already paying for these individuals' food stamps, who then potentially go shop at this government grocery store where they're operating at a deficit already, which means you're getting a double deficit from the fucking people who are just bleeding the system dry, and the taxpayers are going to pay for everything because guess what? All the rich fuckers are going to leave.
So, cheap groceries bad?
Oh, you beautiful fucking troglodyte. No, cheap groceries are good. Anything ran by the government's fucking miserable. The problem with socialism is eventually you run out of everybody else's money.
That was Margaret Thatcher you just quoted. Rather proud of you, Buff. Quoting a Brit.
Yeah, and she's fucking turning over with your let them eat cake policies you have for your own fucking people. I hate this world. God, I can't wait till they just tell me start dropping nukes. Fuck everybody.
Yeah, the entire world's kind of fucked up right now. HLC roasting himself will never not be funny. That was a good roast on himself. That was pretty funny. Yeah, it's just socialism has never worked, and yet for some fucking reason they keep wanting to use socialism knowing that it never works. And it has been factually proven that it does not work. anywhere in any capacity whatsoever. Yeah, it's nice on paper, but in actual practice, it's fucked. So yeah, it's our world is fucked up. Well, that is the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure to give a like and subscribe. I post videos 3 to 5 days a week here. I also post videos over on my other channel for gaming as well, so please make sure to give that a look-see, see if you enjoy that as well. I also stream anywhere from 3 to 5 days a week as well. Links to all my social medias will be on my YouTube page. And with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.